And now, it's time for America's favorite psychopaths, Sergeant Grit Grinder's Suicide Squad.
In the last installment of the recently declassified Grit Grinder files, we revealed how Sergeant Grinder and his squad escaped the Nazis in a German plane piloted by the anti-Nazi agent, Countess GERDA von Wilhelm-Stark.
Sergeant Grinder, we are approaching London now.
How come we ain't being shot at by the Limey Air Force? We're in a German plane with German markings.
Yeah, but Germany and Britain are not at war yet. Remember, that's the purpose of your mission, to rescue the Prime Minister so Britain can declare war.
Oh, yeah.
I'm afraid there is no time for us to land, as I have to get back to Germany before this plane is missed. I'm flying Hitler to Berlin this evening, don't forget.
So how do we get down?
You'll have to jump. There are plenty of parachutes in the back of the plane. I'll circle right over Big Ben. You are to land in the garden next door. I've radioed ahead to my contacts to let them know you're coming, and that you're dressed as Austrian mountaineers. They'll meet you on the parliamentary lawn.
How are we gonna know who this Big Ben character is?
Big Ben is a clerk, Sergeant.
A clerk, did you say? Geez, you'd think they'd send someone a bit more important than that to welcome back the real PM. Anyway, thanks for the ride, son. I still think you're too young to fly a plane.
Sergeant, I'm not a boy.
Right, men.
Oh my God.
Let's get into those chutes and out of this plane.
And now, if you will look to your right, you'll glimpse the famous Tower of London, construction of which commenced in 1066 under William the Conqueror.
Knock off the travelogue, Prof, and get into your chute, or I'll kick you out the door without it.
Sergeant, you can jump whenever you're ready. And for heaven's sake, try not to shoot anything on the way down.
There's the signal, boys. Gino, you stick to chamber pot like shit sticks to your underpants and make sure he's okay. Right, let's go! Geronimo!
As London settles in the dusk, 9 parachutes bloom high in the sky, their silken canopies catching the last rays of the sun. They drift down, silhouetted against the proud dome of St. Paul's Cathedral, constructed in the late 17th century following the Great Fire of London. Architect Sir Christopher Wren designed the splendid building. Oh, it seems our heroes have now landed in the garden adjacent to Big Ben.
Hello. You Austrian mountaineers with the parachutes. Can't you read? Keep off the grass. I must ask you to accompany me to...
It's all right, officer. We are with military intelligence. We'll take care of this.
Right you are, sir. You lot, be sure to take your bleeding parachutes with you.
Are you Sergeant Grinder?
That's what it says on me dog tags. Which one of you is Big Ben?
Big Ben? That's Big Ben there, up on the tower.
What the hell's he doing there? He's supposed to be meeting us here.
I beg your pardon?
That's limeys for you. Couldn't smell shit in the sewer if there was swimming in it. Anyway, what are we doing standing here? Take me to whoever's in charge of this shebang.
Right. If you'd be so good as to follow me.
And so Sergeant Grinder and his squad wound their way through the streets of Westminster until they found themselves in Britain's newly completed, top-secret war cabinet bunker deep beneath Whitehall.
Sir, the American commandos are here.
Come.
Good evening, sir. I'm afraid they're dressed rather unconventionally.
Yes, just a minute. I'm listening to this broadcast by our Prime Minister.
So, my fellow countrymen, I say that we must not become embroiled in the affairs of Europe. Who knows where that might lead? Might we be told one day that we must straighten our bananas? No, we should allow Herr Hitler the freedom to find all the living space he needs for Germany. As such, today I will be recommending to the King that we retain a strict neutrality in European affairs, thus avoiding another terrible world war.
Have you heard what that nincompoop is saying? He wants us to keep on appeasing Hitler. Even wants us to endorse the invasion of Poland. It's an outrage. Mr. Churchill, that isn't a real Neville Chamberlain. It's a Nazi agent named von Graf Skinner, who's impersonating the Prime Minister.
Well, of course it is. Why do you think you Americans were sent on this mission?
You mean it was you who informed the Pentagon about Chamberlain being a prisoner?
Well, one had to do something. I tried to persuade the Grenadier Guards that the PM was a captive in Germany. I don't know whether they send anybody to rescue him. Then I contacted my old friend, General Stadbacher, and met the Pentagon. I knew he'd get moving quickly. So, you have the Prime Minister with you?
Yes, that's him over there.
What? The nun?
Hello, Winston. Yes, it's me under this habit.
Neville, old boy. Well, I must say, you look a lot better as a nun than you ever did as Prime Minister. Have you thought about joining a cloister once the war's underway? I'd be more than happy to replace you at number 10.
Well, that wasn't what I had in mind, but I am kind of getting used to this outfit. It's certainly better than being an orangutan.
An orangutan? You really do need to retire, Neville.
So where's this impersonator now?
He's at number 10. When he's finished his speech, he's off to the palace to get the king to tell the world we're going to go on appeasing Germany and that Poland's to be left to the wolves. We've got to stop him before that happens.
Right. So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving.
Will the squad reach Buckingham Palace before the king makes his speech? Will the great British public be safe with grit loose on London streets? Will Neville Chamberlain choose the convent over the cabinet once war is finally declared? Find out in the next revisionist historical episode of Sergeant Grit Grinder's Suicide Squad.
Grit Grinder's Suicide Squad is a Miracle production. Remember, if it's good, it's a miracle.